Hey everyone, it's Michael, aka the Movie Ads Guy. As you can see in the back, I'm in the process of cleaning. It's not going too well, but we're at step one. Yeah. So enough about my room because that's not why you guys come here. Uh, all of you are here because I gave you the scoops on movie advertising news and any kind of other movie news that you may be interested in. So let's start off with this. John Wick 3, I think, made about $57 million in the box office this weekend. And they made it on, I think it was a $55 million budget. And they also beat out Avengers Endgame this weekend, being the first new release to do so, finally. Uh, it's no small feat that it made back its budget in one weekend. It's also no small feat that it's from a smaller movie studio like Lionsgate, which they have made a lot of iconic big movies like Saw and The Hunger Games, but nevertheless, they're still not considered a major studio like Warner Brothers or Disney. So the fact that they were able to put this movie out, which was sold entirely on the John Wick franchise and on Keanu Reeves' star power, along with Halle Berry, of course. Um, yeah, this actually goes back to what I was talking about last week about movie studios needing to focus on counter programming rather than trying to beat Disney at its own game. At this point, Disney they kind of have a monopoly on movies. The more event type movies. Like the ones Lucasfilm would put out, like Star Wars, Marvel. Uh, what else do they own? They own the Muppets. Anyway, point being that because they have such control over such blockbuster franchises, this is a perfect opportunity for other movie studios, even the big ones, to profit off of doing something that's completely different. We saw the It trailer last week for It Chapter 2, which did really well with with like views and trending and whatnot. Right, so that was the first topic I wanted to talk about. The second one is a topic that's been trending all week since it's been announced. Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Holt, I don't know. They're both the top two front runners to play Batman in Matt Reeves' upcoming trilogy about, I guess, a younger, starting off Batman. Unlike like Batman Begins and whatnot. Anyway, and all week, I guess movie publications have been jumping the gun and saying that Robert Pattinson has already been cast, and right now I really do believe that he is the top front runner. And part of the controversy, I guess, is that he's, of course, very well known for the Twilight franchise and not much else. Um, so, of course, I want to give people like Nicholas Holt, and I even heard about Aaron Taylor Johnson. Of course, I want to give them a chance. But right now, Robert Pattinson is possibly the best choice. Um, he does come across as edgy. You could see him as clean cut. And to me, his background of being in a young adult franchise shouldn't affect like how his performance should be, or if people will buy into him as Batman. Like, uh, because it's been over 10 years since The Dark Knight came out, it's hard to remember that before Heath Ledger was the Joker, the top three things he was probably most well known for were 10 Things I Hate About You, A Knight's Tale, and Brokeback Mountain. So he was basically known for, I would say, like teenage heartthrob kind of stuff and a love story. And if you look at Robert Pattinson, what he was most well known for was a teen love story. And after that, he did another teen love story. I don't even think he did anything outside of a love story until he did Good Time a few years ago. So right now, I think he's the best choice. Remember, Robert Pattinson didn't want to be Edward Cullen too much in the first place, and I feel like he was kind of phoning it in just so he could get it done with. What I'm excited about for Robert Pattinson as Batman is uh, one, he has the look. I could see him as I guess a billionaire type, and I could also see him as what was I saying, like a billionaire type, and also I guess like an edgy crime fighter. But Batman's supposed to be kind of creepy. I don't know if any of the casual fans really get that, and I think Michael Keaton did the best job at, I guess, portraying this on screen. But the whole point of Batman is that, he's just as, I would say, like mentally unhinged or crazy as the villains, only he's more obsessed with doing good than doing bad. He's basically like an extreme polar opposite of the villains, and he's basically playing into another extreme to fight the extremes that is crime in Gotham. Anyway, um, yeah. So his Edward Cullen, so Robert Pattinson's Edward Cullen was of course very creepy. It was almost off-putting. Most people I knew that were into Twilight were more team. What was it? Jacob Taylor Lautner's one. Yeah. So I really think he can bring that part back to the role. Like you got to remember that with Bruce Wayne, uh, his whole point was that he was a playboy type in public. But as we know from various celebrity stories and whatnot, often people that are best at putting on a show or putting on some kind of cool image in public are behind the scenes, not what you would expect them to be. So I think he's going to bring everything that we've been missing from Twilight. Not from Twilight. He's going to bring everything that we've been missing from the Batman franchise so far. Somebody who could play the playboy, somebody who could play the edgy, dark, version of Batman, and somebody who could play, play into, I guess, the more creepy side of Bruce Wayne. The side that makes you worried about the fact that he, dresses up like an animal and goes out and beats up people at night. All right. So that was my video for this week. Good luck to John Wick, Robert Pattinson. Looking forward to seeing you kill it. Hopefully you get chosen. And yeah, see ya.